Hello and welcome to Elite Trading Terminology. We're going to go ahead and start off with the top of our terminology list, which would be AH. If you see the abbreviation AH, that means it's after hours. So that would mean a time in the market after the market's closed where they're trading on ECNs instead of an actual stock exchange. What that is an electronic communication network. So if you see after hours, that may be someone that says, hey, I see that INO is up 5% AH. That would be they're up 5% after hours. All right, guys, number two, we have bag holder. A bag holder is an informal term used to describe an investor who holds a position in a security that decreases in value until it descends into worthlessness. In most cases, the bag holder stubbornly retains their holdings for an extended period, during which time the value of the investment goes to zero. Float, the number of shares actually available for trading to the public. So that would be just the available shares that you're able to purchase for a said company. That would be the float. FOMO, fear of missing out. Pretty simple. It'd just be if you're looking at a company that is skyrocketing and you just want to get in because you have FOMO, you have the fear of missing out before you're going to be in too late and it's just going to be out of your price range. So be careful being caught up in the FOMO. Former runner, a specific ticker has moved a huge amount very quickly at some point in its life, showing the possibility for it to happen again. Front loading, slowly loading a bunch of shares in a specific stock and then pumping it. Halt. Halt is when you have trading by the SEC has stepped in and they have paused the market so that you have a chance to exit or enter your position based off of usually a high volatility, things of that nature. HOD, high of the day. So if someone says HOD on Tesla, it'd be like HOD, they're calling out that it's the high of the day on Tesla, or this would be the high of the day tick on a certain stock. Trade idea. Example, ISIG idea 2.11 means that a person who posted this feels that the stock has a good entry over $2.11. The reason for over 2.11 is because there may be a resistance until that point. Ultimately, you must decide for yourself whether or not to enter that trade, as these are only speculations. IPO's initial public offering is the first time that the stock of a private company is offered to the public. Knife catch, to buy into a stock that is currently experiencing a drastic fall in the price near the lowest price before it begins to rebound. From the phrase, one should not try to catch a falling knife. This is something a beginning trader should try. Much like trying to catch an actual falling knife, it can be very risky. But with the practice and familiarity with the history of the ticker, a successful knife catch can be executed. LOD, low of the day. Easy said and easy, just like the HOD. It's the opposite, it's the low of the day of the said ticker. LL, the limited liquidity, limited number of shares available for trading by a brokerage. It's difficult to buy into a stock that is LL, that has limited liquidity. You want a stock to be liquid. Loading, buying more shares of a stock that you already own. Low float, relatively small number of shares available for trading, tend to be more volatile, meaning they move quickly. So looking for low float stocks. Mental stop loss, a non-literal stop loss that you place in your mind at which point you are determined to sell your shares of the stock. The point of doing this is to avoid having a literal stop loss triggered into the event of a sudden drop in a ticker price that does not reflect the general trend line. MM is the market maker. That would be someone who is able to buy enough shares in a company to create a market in that, to be able to create a market by buying a large amount of shares. NHOD, the new high of the day. So maybe if there's a market moving, they'd say, hey, it's at new highs. It's a NHOD. It's the new high of the day. Offering, the issue or sale of a security by a company. You have overnight, just as it sounds, holding shares overnight. So it's easy said, just like that. If you hold things overnight, it means that you're holding the position overnight, options or trade or share. PDT, pattern day trader. So the PDT rule would be you can't be marked as a pattern day trader unless you have 25,000. If you have 25,000 in your account or more, then you're able to trade more than 3 times a day. Or if you trade on a cash account, then you can trade as long as you have money that hasn't been used for that day. PM would be pre-market, like our pre-market prep at 9 a.m. That's before the market opens. Get your preparation with PM at pre-market prep 9 a.m. with us. POS, position in the stock. So if you have a position, I have a POS, and can also mean it's junk. Depending on how someone's using that as terminology, they could say, hey, this is a POS stock, or this is my POS in this stock. So keep that in mind. PR is a press release. That'd be a news if you say, hey, we have some PR going out there. Print, the complete execution of a trade. Example, 1.74 print means that the given ticker had an order purchase for 1.74 and it was completed. So that means that there was a print to sell or buy at 1.74 and it was completed. RH, Robinhood app, trading platform. So if you see someone say I was trading on RH, that's Robinhood. RR is risk reward ratio. So if you have an R&R and a risk reward ratio, you have RS, which is reverse split, a reduction in the number of companies traded, shares float that result in an increase in the par value or earnings per share. So a reverse split is a bad thing. Runner or a run, a stock that drastically gains in value over a short period of time.